Hi guys, it's me, Mrs. Main, here to show you how to make a complex tessellated shape. You're going to need scissors, a pencil, and tape. The ruler is optional, but I think it's really useful. So the first step is to start with a perfect square. It doesn't matter how big it is as long as all of the sides are exactly the same length. This square that I'm working with is 4 inches by 4 inches, which I find is a really nice size. I've also cut it out of cardboard, that really thin cardboard, the kind that's a little floppy. You get them like if you want to cut up an old cereal box or something like that. I like to use cardboard because we're going to use these shapes later on to trace, to make art, so it's nice if they're a little sturdy. So since all 4 sides are equal, it doesn't really matter what side you start on, but start at one corner and make like a weird, interesting shape. There we go. Don't make it too tiny because you're going to have to cut it out. That's the next step, by the way, cutting it out. So it doesn't matter if I follow my pencil lines exactly. In fact, I'm not going to because I'm lazy, but it is a really interesting shape. And you can see, whoops, you can see I start at one corner and I go to the other corner. We've just cut a shape out. Now, here's the part where challenge kids sometimes mess up. You're going to take the shape and move it to the other side, but don't flip it. Don't flip it around at all. Make sure it slides. This is called a translation, but make sure it just slides across like that. Then we're going to tape it, and I'm going to tape it really well, because this poor tessellated shape is not done. It's going to get cut some more. If you have them on the corner there, remember we're tracing, so see if you can't get it squished in really nice so that the tape doesn't stick out. I'm going to tape it even a little bit more because I want it super sturdy. But again, just like before, we want to make sure that it doesn't mess with the edge. Now, this is a pretty cool tessellated shape. I promise you it will tessellate. But this isn't regular school, this is challenge math, so we're going to make it even more interesting. I'm going to cut here and move it down here so that all 4 sides are tessellated. Again, I'm going to start corner to corner, although this is a really thin corner, so it's going to be hard to do. I might actually start a little farther in. I might start here and then just, I don't know, wiggle point like that. But I'm going to end up on the corner again, see? It doesn't matter. Actually, it kind of does matter. End on the corner, please. But here I didn't start on the corner, which is where the ruler comes into play. I started, whoopsie daisy, move it, scissors. I started, looks like about 1.5 inches from the edge. So I'm going to come down here and make a mark 1.5 inches down. Because when I slide this shape down, I want it to match exactly. So I'm going to cut this shape out. This one I made kind of pointy because my other one was curvy, and I think it's more interesting if I have a nice mix. Again, I'm not cutting exactly where my pencil lines were, but that's because I'm lazy and because it doesn't really matter. So here's my shape. It fits exactly, and I'm going to slide it down so it's exactly across. I don't want it over here. I don't want it over here. I want it exactly where I started, which is why I made this little line here. So I'm going to tape it up. And again, we're going to trace this later for our art, so we want this to be really super sturdy. Let's see. It's about right. Uh-oh. It's a slippery little sucker, isn't it? I can also just, see, it's not quite right. Oh yeah, it is. I want it to be exactly opposite I'm going to cut this tape a little bit here so I can fold it over on the edge. Then I'm going to flip it over and tape the back. Ooh, I might look at it using the back instead of the front so the pencil lines don't distract me. So here's my weird, complex tessellated shape. I promise you it tessellates, and let me get a piece of paper and I will prove it. Here's how to test whether or not it tessellates. You set it down and you trace it, only, you know, trace it nicer than I am. From this angle, it kind of looks a little bit like a deer, and here are the horns up here. Maybe that's just me. So I've traced the shape, or maybe a goat, a really angry goat. And then, does it fit again exactly within itself, like a puzzle piece? Whoops, my tracing is not very good. But it'll fit this way, it'll fit this way. So it tessellates down, which is great. See that? Fits with no gaps. Whoops. But it also, wait for it, wait for, whoops, wait for it, should fit this away somewhere. Oh, like this. It'll fit exactly. That's how you check. Good luck, friends.